looks over at you, and you recognize him from church, from the Cathedral of Soul. And so he goes, "Oh, that's great. Kristen, what are you doing here?"
Oh, I go here now. It's my first day. Good to see you.
Oh, it's great to have you, kiddo. That's great. I love that. I'm gonna need you to make an opposed athletics check.
Great. Where's athletics? Oh, 2, 7.
We're all just getting our asses.
Yeah.
You see that you are shoved to the ground, and your backpack goes everywhere, and your Bible sort of spills out of your hand.
No.
And you see that there is a tall, looks like an elf, but like his skin is like deathly pale. He's got like black hair hanging, and he's got like a mesh shirt with like a belt kind of like diagonal across it, and like sort of like bondage pants, like sort of that kind of like Hot Topic look. And you see he's got like a rat on his shoulder, cool. And he's got like spider web designs on some fingerless gloves. And you see he goes, "What's up, cleric? How's it going?"
Did you do that on purpose?
I don't know. Did God curse us to live on purpose?
Ooh, see, let's start from the beginning, okay? Any curse you may feel is probably human-made, because we were all made just a little bit off.
Oh, I know I was made off. My heart is fucking broken.
Okay, look.
You see that the coach helps you up and hands your Bible to you and goes like, "Hey, Zayn, do me a favor, pal, and beat it, huh? Why don't you beat it?" You see that Zayn says, "I don't know. Why don't we all just beat it?" And he turns into bats.
I'll pray for you, Zayn.
You see that the coach shakes his head and he goes, "That kid he's a piece of work. He got kicked out of the theater department, and he's taking it hard."
Who gets kicked out of the theater? That's where you go when you're kicked out of anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. He's having a hard time.
Hey.
Nat 20.
You are invisible, baby. You are invisible.
You should go up to the
So many
With
cool
that
people
stealth,
dancing.
I'm gonna say you get like all the way up to the other bar nearer to the stage. You look out into the dance floor and see Zayn Darkshadow, who was the kid who knocked the book out of your hand on day one. This like goth elf kid who has a little rat on his shoulder and has created a light cantrip and is just like rave moving around dancing. He's just getting way into it. You see that on his feet are a pair of giant combat boots.
Okay. Can I see him? Can I see him? This guy?
Yes, you can.
I would like to turn the crystal on silent, and then text OMW and see if anyone looks at their phone.
You text that. I'm gonna need everyone here to make another perception check for me. Only those in the back room.
18.
11.
18. You look through the dance floor, and as you send it, Zayn's pocket lights up.
Okay. I mean, I think I just look at you guys and I go.
You see DJ Brains, and you see Zayn Darkshadow all the way through because he's got these weird glowing rave things around him, right?
Okay.
That's going to be Zayn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take an attack of opportunity if you want. 5, 6.
Yeah, I am going to. I'm gonna fucking take an attack of opportunity. All right. Is 9 gonna hit him?
No, it does not.
Okay, so I swing at him with my bass guitar, and then when it doesn't hit, I pretend like I was just dancing.
Why are you still dancing?
Whatever, I'll see you at school, dude.
Um,
It's cool that we both got in, right?
Make a deception check for me.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be 23.
Yes, you see, he looks through the door with all of these fucking vampires being on the other side. You see, he goes, "Oh, sick," and stands back and covers himself in magic and vanishes.
You little piece of shit.
Bryn, I don't just wear tie-dye. I've actually had my eyes on a new hoodie.
Has anybody seen Zayn?
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to get around to. I was wondering, what if Zayn? What are we going to do?
You're right, Zayn.
Have we seen Zayn at
He's
school
somehow
today?
involved with the missing girls.
As you guys are talking about Zayn, you see Zelda Donovan, the satyr girl that you were talking to longer before, turns around from another table, makes sort of weird eye contact with you for a second, and goes, "Are you guys talking about Zayn?"
Yeah. Have you seen him today?
He didn't show up at school yesterday.
Do you know where
today?
he lives?
I mean, he always hangs around Cravencroft, the cemetery.
You think he lives there though?
Okay.
I mean, I know he's a
But
creep,
he probably
but
hangs out there.
Can I do a knowledge?
Fucking
Or
kills me.
would I know if Zayn becomes invisible, would his little rat also become invisible?
His little rat also would become invisible. Yes.
Okay. Could I just real quick, just gonna do this. If nothing comes from it, that's fine. I'd like to create a minor illusion of a sexy rat.
what?
Just,
I see what you're doing.
I need you right now, Emily Axford, to verbally describe a sexy rat. Put an image in my head
Yes.
as the
Okay,
dungeon
yes.
master for what that is.
okay, so it's like
a real wet nose.
It's so gross. I try not to judge player character
Incredible
choices, but
start.
that sucks.
Incredible start.
So fucking
Wet
hot.
nose.
wet nose.
and it's like a really really pointy. The whiskers are like long and like curled at the end, like Farrah Fawcett hair, and the ears are like so perfectly circular, and then the tail is like super long, and like the front paws are super skinny, but then the back legs are like meaty.
You see that it finds like a little like sort of acorn by a tree and takes it up and goes like, too big.
I'm sorry.
Acorn too big.
What is this? What did you
Okay,
do?
guys, get in, bring it in so no one can hear. Zayn has his rat, and I'm trying to lure out his rat
cool.
to find out if he's invisible here.
That's the most insane plan I've ever heard. Who are you?
I am Sylvester, the caretaker of Cravencroft. Dark secrets here in the cemetery. The final resting place of many of Elmville's own.
Yeah, I heard a couple of those tiefling greasers died. I bet a lot of people have been here recently for that.
No, very few have come to visit those jabronis.
It sounds like you're falling down a well.
Also, did you say jabronis?
That is how they referred to those whom they dismissed as lesser than. And it seems the town was only too eager to return that feeling in kind.
You haven't seen a real shitty-looking goth kid,
Constantly, he's always around.
but constantly including now.
What does he do here? Does he only go to where the tieflings were buried, or does he just kind of wander? Is he more here for the ambience? do you
He
think?
kind of just hangs around.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
4.
4. This guy seems very cool. And here's the thing: you're 90% sure he's not your dad, but there's a chance. He's not an orc, so you feel like probably not, right? But maybe.
Hey, I just have to ask. It's on my mind. Everyone's gonna think this is stupid, but
By all means, there are no stupid questions.
are you my freaking dad?
Lucian says, "How would that work? Why would you assume that?"
I mean, if you were my dad, you'd know how it would
Okay,
work.
Fig, can
No.
you make another sexy rat? Because I'm gonna cast light on it, and then we'll be able to see. Because I can't see any of you, and it's getting really creepy.
Why don't you just cast light on your stuff?
I've been casting
Sound
light
of the
on my
sexy
religious
rat.
stuff, but I just need I need a break from religion for a little while, okay? So I'm not gonna cast light on it. I need something else.
Here you go.
A
maybe
sexy, feminine rat. All right, we have a bright, glowing rat.
Sylvester says, "Not the normal ambiance of this place. Somehow more disturbing in its provocative."
The rat is like touching its 6 nipples.
Yeah, this time it's pregnant.
I don't like you children. You see, he says, "To answer your question, I could not be your father. My junk was all messed up in a bicycle accident.
Christ. All right, Mr.
Wait,
Sylvester.
bicycle accident?
Have you talked
Yeah,
to this
exactly.
guy?
Goth kid.
Thank you.
Bicycle, like as in motorcycle?
No,
Goth kid.
a
Have you...
regular,
He's no one's dad.
I
a
wasn't sure.
regular
It was-
bicycle.
He's
I
not
bet you
your
ride one of
dad.
those bikes that has a big front wheel.
Yes, a velocipede.
All right,
Have you talked to that goth kid ever?
The seat fell off and I tried to sit down
Hello,
on the metal
Mr.
part.
Sylvester. Hi,
Yes.
my name is Fabian. Fabian Seacaster.
What exactly happened to your junk?
Oh my God!
Doctors still don't know.
Did it get?
It got all jumbled up in there.
Hi, Riz Gutgak. Have you ever spoken to that emo kid? Goth kid?
Zayn, Darkshadow.
Yes.
Many times did he wander this cemetery, dancing to his Walkman and saying poetry to the headstones. I asked him to leave a bunch of times, and he never did.
Do you talk to dead people?
Can I speak to the dead? Yes, I speak to them all the time.
Do they like it's actual conversation?
I do most of the talking.
Is Zayn Darkshadow his real name, or is his name actually like Jeff Spratt?
Zayn Darkshadow named himself
Of course he did. Of course he did.
when he sued for emancipation from the foster system.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you all
sad.
feel like a bunch of assholes
I
now.
don't, because
I
I've
have
been
a
running down the.
question.
Don't you?
I have a
Judging a
question.
poor kid.
I have a question, and do you know what songs he likes to listen to since he's walking around and he's singing along with his Walkman?
It involved a lot of him making two fists and rotating them around each other clockwise and
Like
then
a Cabbage
counterclockwise.
Patch kind of situation?
Kind of like a this
Oh, okay,
and then a
okay,
back.
Oh, EDM.
Yes, yes.
Mr.
Ethereal dance music.
Have you seen him today, or have you seen him? Have you seen Zayn today?
Oh, yesterday.
Why, yes. No, not to wait. What? It's Friday. I
Did you see him today?
did not see him today. I know where the young lad lives.
Oh.
That would be great.
Yeah.
If you wish to visit his dwelling place, he lives down the street this way, 5 blocks. There's a deli, and he lives above the deli in an apartment that the state paid for when he sued for emancipation. He lived by himself. He had a sad life. Yeah, that's right.
Wait,
Why
why do
are
you
you
keep on
speaking
saying
in the
had?
past tense?
What's that?
Yeah, why are
Wait.
you speaking the past tense?
Can I investigate this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to also investigate
14.
this guy. Ugh.
Oh my God.
13.
I would like to do a perception to see if this is actually Zayn Darkshadow. That's gonna be a 3.
I'm gonna touch him.
Oh, you touch him.
18.
He appears to be telling the truth. He appears to be the real guy. You see, he says, Zayn was. You see, he reaches into pocket of his coat, takes out a little sort of pearl that is now icy white. This was jet black. Zayn gave it to me and said, if it were ever to turn icy white, that would mean he had passed from this mortal realm.
Why was he concerned with you knowing if he had passed?
He really wanted me to like what he was up to.
And, excuse me, might we?
Can I see that pearl?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can
I just pocket it.
Wait, give it to me. I'll cast Identify on it.
Zayn's
Cast Identify on this.
I cast Identify on the pearl.
Ah, yes, a pearl of life. This is a minor and rather common magical item used by necromancers to mark the passing of those who have been attuned to the pearl. The pearl, given in a jet black state, will mark the living status of that which has been attuned to it. Upon turning icy white, the pearl has marked that user's passage into the underworld, usually through a process known as death. The pearl is worth almost nothing and are often traded as sort of friendship tokens by necromancers from one to the other. This has been the Identify spell.
Can you ask if it's reusable?
Or ask if it was attuned
mean,
with Zayn or someone
It does
else.
say, can I tell who it is attuned to?
Give me an Arcana check.
Nat 20, baby.
Hell yeah.
You look into the pearl and you see Zayn Darkshadow's dead body.
Oh, God, guys, I think he's dead. I mean, I guess there's a possibility that he entered into the underworld and didn't die, and he's on some kind of weird, like...
Can we
Should we
see
go to his
I take
apartment?
out.
Let's go to his apartment.
You guys head down the street. You are in the Elm Valley neighborhood. This is where your parents live. This is where your house is. Very ticky-tacky little houses, a little deli, kind of like one of those like weird, musty delis in like very suburban neighborhoods that's like not a lot of foot traffic, so hardly anyone comes in. And above it, so there's a tiny little apartment. The front door is locked.
Can I try to pick it?
Yeah, go for it. That would be a thieves' tool proficiency.
Okay, so 8 plus whatever that is.
Whatever Dex is? Yeah, no worries. You see Riz goes up, picks the lock. There's a very thin staircase with like spider webs and other kind of stuff sort of decorated like a black light. You guys walk up the steps and you see that there is a small, basically one-room apartment. There's not even a bathroom, there's just a toilet in the corner.
God, this black light is showing up so much cum.
Oh, yeah. Is that what that is?
I think so.
You guys see around here, yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff. It is a fucking wreck in here. There's like broken furniture. The bed is all strewn about. There's stuff that's sort of thrown everywhere. Go ahead and make whatever checks you guys would make in this new environment.
I'd like to
I
make
got
an
a-
investigate.
Got a 26 perception. Can I check and see if it's been, like, drawers have been searched through, like someone robbed?
Cool.
I got
Jesus
25.
Christ.
25
I got
investigate.
another nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
What the hell is going on with this
Well,
dice?
final luck.
I'm gonna
Incredible.
Make a,
Okay.
At this point.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you get for perception?
27.
Did you roll a nat 20?
No, I got a 19 in
I
there.
also got a 19.
Nat
There's
20 from
point in me
Adine.
rolling,
Yeah.
but
25 investigate.
25 investigate from Riz. Cool.
Yeah, 10.
I did get a 10.
Cool.
I got a 10 as well.
10 as
So-
well. Fabian, anything from you?
Oh, 5.
First of all, to your question, yes, this place was rifled through.
Okay.
You start looking around. What you guys find, each of you finds a different thing. The first thing Adine finds is you find a whole bunch of ritual material. It's like very well kept star maps of like the night sky, so incredible astronomical star maps. There are instructions for a ritual that involves certain stages of the moon, so they require it to be on the new moon, and the actual text of the invocation begins on this All Hallows Eve.
Oh God, so he has a very specifically Hallows Eve spell. When is that?
Hallows
Soon, right?
You, with that nat 20, you're looking at it, you don't think it was coming up. You think it happened.
Oh.
You notice the one thing that strikes your attention with that investigate check, or that perception check, is that his rat cage, his little rat cage with like little sawdust on the floor, little toys, stuff like that, the door is open, but it's not broken, meaning it looks like the latch was undone. But you notice that it has been like moved from where it normally stands, if that makes sense. Your intuition is telling you that this was like opened during the combat that happened in here, during whatever fucking crazy thing happened in here. Oh, by the way, you also notice arcane residue of blood being cleaned magically. Prestidigitation of blood being cleaned. So this place wasn't put back together, but evidence was destroyed. Riz, you find two things. A little bottle in his bathroom that says, "Keep cadaverously cool with midnight ice body temperature pills." Little pills that he took to keep his body like extremely cold. You also find underneath his bed Johnny Spell's contract with his demonic overlord. So like Johnny Spell's soul contract with Gorgalax the Insatiable.
Cool.
You make a connection between the star map and the rituals, and that the ritual that, even though it's in Zayn Darkshadow's hand, it looks like Zayn reverse engineered the ritual Johnny Spells used to become a warlock. And having his contract, however the fuck Zayn managed to get that here, must have given him some incredible power over Johnny Spells to be able to call on him to do things.
Catchphrases at all.
You actually do find some stuff here and there written in the margins of things. The thing that's not making sense to you anymore is that Zayn was a necromancer, a wizard. So there are some weird religious things similar to the Page of Shadows that animated that corn ooze, right? So there's some of them here or there that Zayn has in some of his notes. You also notice that where you tend to find those doodles, you tend to find things ripped out, right? So like things that would have had more clues about that are gone.
That's very accurate.
Did you make this rat?
This is elite.
What'd you say?
Did you make another rat?
No, that was just sexy on its own.
Oh, wow. I also have these weird pills that make his, that they say they keep his body temperature down.
Do you think that was a fashion thing because he wanted to be like undead?
Or
Can I
think-
open the
do you
cap
think
and
he
see
was
that there's
using it
actual
on
pills
him?
in there?
Yeah. I'll make a medicine check.
Ooh, I've got the healer feat, but I don't think that helps me on medicine checks. 15 plus
That's a great
16.
check.
16.
You crack it open, you smell some of the chemicals that are in there, some of the alchemical properties. There's a little bit of like ghoul blood or something in here that it would take your body heat all the way down, take your body temperature way down without killing you. It would make you not sweat. It would make your biological functions kind of freeze up.
Wait a second. Look at the pearl again.
Is it still?
Can we
Is
check
the
to
pearl
see if
still
the pearl
white?
is white or black?
Pearl is still white.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I
Can
think
I
you're
just
right.
say-
I mean, you
But
may
it's
be
moments
so-
like that.
But I'm
You are
usually
smart.
wrong.
They're,
I'm wrong.
the pills are the pills are neutral. The pills are
Okay.
something because they don't actually hurt you. They're just cosmetic. It's a thing that necromancers.
But they weren't like fucked with or anything.
Not that you can see. No, there doesn't appear to be any poison. or
How long
anything
do
in
they last for? Does it say how long they last for?
Yeah, side of the bottle it says 1 pill every 48 hours.
48 hours?
Can you drink with them?
It doesn't recommend drinking.
Can pregnant women use them?
Should you ask your doctor before you?
We go to the Mithril Factory!
Yeah, let's get out of it.
Wait,
Let's
hold
put
on,
it in a
hold
mid-
You put something together in your head. You were the one who noticed when you were at Zayn's earlier today that the cage that he kept his rat familiar in had been opened, even in the thick of combat. You realize even the short couple times that you've seen Zayn, just when he was being a bully to you, that he loved that fucking rat. And it was probably the last thing he did while he was alive and being killed to open that cage so his rat could get away. And suddenly you realize that a town full of cats and owls is perfectly designed to hunt down a rat. The Harvestmen are radical, human, separatist, religious fanatics who have a lot of roots in High Court and stuff like that. Zayn Darkshadow was an intermediary for them because who the hell would trust Zayn? No parents, no family, hangs out in a graveyard, completely dismissible, and if it ever came down to someone believing a community leader or Zayn, who would believe Zayn? You know, he was kind of a patsy for them to do a lot of their work when they couldn't show their faces. So I don't know how they had sway over Zayn. Somebody must have had some kind of point of access to him to flip him and turn him into that sort of go-between.
Yeah,
right?
Zayn pushed me down, which might have been when he added the page into my Bible, and then someone else threw my Bible into the corn. I think that's how this all started.
Why was Zayn working with the... Wait, no. Why were the jocks working with Zayn?
Well, I don't think because if it seems like you said that the page needs
Maybe he
to
was
be
trying
with
to
a
make
holy
me the
person, right?
portal.
Yes.
Oh.
I think Zayn tried to make you the portal.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been bad.
Okay, about this rat.
Yes.
Oh, we should have asked him about the rat.
What is the rat doing? Does he, like, hate us?
Rats are pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
Can I use a ritual to cast comprehend languages and try and talk to the rat?
I believe speak with animals is a separate, different spell.
Which I do not have. I don't think that that is a wizard spell.
Do we know
Do
anyone?
you?
Can I cast detect thoughts on him?
Sure. You gonna cast Detect Thoughts on the rat?
Yeah, we'll probably go to bed after this,
Just
right?
rat
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, we'll probably go to bed. Yeah, we'll probably go to bed after this.
And probably do more stuff with your dad.
You see the rat is in Riz's hand. The rat is thinking,
Oh boy, I better find some cheese soon.
What's the?
I make a
What's the
minor
rat
illusion
thinking?
of cheese and hold it in front of him.
Wow, look at that, a whole bunch of cheese. Now this cheese ain't too good, it just tastes like nothing. Also, it doesn't feel like it has any weight or substance to it.
What's it saying?
Yeah, Fig, what's happening?
I don't think anyone's trapped in there.
Okay, great.
Unless it's a cheesemonger. There could be a cheesemonger trapped
Can you
in
do
there.
detect magic on the rat?
Oh yeah, can I cast Detect Magic on the rat?
sure. It's definitely Zayn's familiar.
But there's nothing.
That's why I did detect thoughts, because if someone was trapped in
Right.
there, I'd be able to hear their thoughts.
But there's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
it feels like we've discovered. I mean, the harvestmen generally seem to be.
Problem.
Yes.
Something with the bank too. We could check out that bank. Edgar, can you nod if you saw Zayn get murdered?
You see that you're still reading the rat's thoughts, and it says,
Oh boy, I sure did. That was the worst time ever.
Keep asking.
What if?
Well, who killed Zayn?
It was a tall man, and he had a scarecrow mask on his face.
Any more questions? This thing's
Was there
talking.
anyone else there besides the scarecrow mask guy?
Wait, who wants? Maybe ask about who wants to get him. Who are the? What are the owls?
Yeah, why are
Ask
owls
if Zayn has
after
ever
you?
been to the bank.
Owls are after me!
takes off into the distance.
Oh, I was
I
gonna
wanna
give
find
him real
I want to
cheese.
investigate and find him. Come here, you little rat. 19.
I got a 22.
You guys find
10.
the rat hiding under a bar. So you see Basrar comes over. My friends, you have let a vermin loose.
No, it's not a vermin, it's a pet.
Sorry.
It's a familiar Basrar.
Okay. Edgar pops up into your hand.
Thank you, Edgar. They're not after. They're magic. They're not here. We keep them away.
Oh,
We got them to leave last time. So you stick with us and you'll be safe. Do you know of any magic owls?
She says,
I don't know, but I do know the last thing Zayn did was he went and got my cage and let me out so that I didn't get chopped up.
Was it out of love for you, or was it because you have some value?
Who can truly know what lives in the heart of another?
All right, it seems that
Really
this rat
beautiful.
is just a rat. So,
Edgar, where was it that you went to last with Zayn before he died? Did you go somewhere with him before he died?
I was in his pocket, and he went to a loud place where he danced a bunch, and then he turned invisible, and we ran out.
Invisible.
Visible.
you thing, the time, whenever, God, I can't believe I'm talking to a fucking rat. Whenever you and Zayn would meet, did you and Zayn go to a place to meet with the Scarecrow Man?
Yeah, the Scarecrow Man. Well, there was somebody he would talk to at the big school with all the other kids around, and
Who
Do you
was
know
it the coach?
Porter the Barbarian?
he says,
the coach, somebody with a hat, and he always had sweatpants on and a whistle.
That would be a coach.
That's
What?
Yes.
25.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Oh.
I got a 25 as well.
I got a 2,
I got
and
a
then that's
1.
-1, so I got a 1.
I knew it. I think this house is your dad.
Adine, you discover a arcane lock on a secret compartment in the back of the place. You open it up. You find tons of personal information having to do with the coach's whereabouts, stuff about Zayn Darkshadow and him funding Zayn Darkshadow's apartment, like paying for Zayn Darkshadow's apartment. You find correspondences with Zayn about contacting Johnny Spells and connecting those guys.
Rod, what else did you and Coach do? And don't just talk about sports. What did you guys do that was like the pulling the doorway out of
Yeah.
the house with no beds, aka a church, for future reference?
Oh, there was some shit like, he told me, like, if Zayn, that fucking weird kid?
Yeah.
Sure.
If Zayn ever, like, asked for help, or I, like, supposed to keep an eye on him, if he ever, like, went to a teacher, or it looked like he was, like, getting friendly with people, that I was supposed to fucking kick his ass. Like, keep him alone. Like,
Did you ever go to his apartment?
Zayn?
Yeah.
No, dude, that guy fucking sucks. He's lame.
Can I see if he's lying?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
5. I think I might get advantage on that stuff, or else maybe it just goes up to 10 automatically on a roll.
Sure. if you
I
want.
have +8 to it, so it's like a 13.
That certainly beats any deception that he would have.
Okay.
You look at this guy, and Riz, you get a sinking feeling in your stomach, which is that this fucking jamoke is a goon, dumb muscle.
He doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
Move on and not keep it as an open case. So they're handing it off to the feds to handle the palimpsest stuff. You look at something, and that little scratching clue in the back of your head triggers. You're looking at when Biz Glitterdew went to the hospital from his attack months ago, and Zayn Darkshadow's time of death. You see that they have attributed both of these attacks to Coach Daybreak. That because the Scarecrow mask, the sweatpants, the sweatshirt, all this stuff, you realize that's impossible. Because the time of death on Zayn Darkshadow is incorrect. Because time of death is measured from body temperature.
So he was taking them cold pills, right?
Taking them cold pills. So you realize that his time of death would not have been way sooner, as they say it is. Or sorry, way earlier, because they're like, oh, he died a long time ago for his body to get that cold.
But he was like fresh dead.
Fresh dead. It's just that his body was already that cold. So you see that their time of death is wrong, and that the time of death of Zayn Darkshadow would have been at the exact same time that Biz was attacked in his home. Meaning that two different people had to have done this. Coach Daybreak could only have done one of them. There's a ton of like banking information, wealth, following money trails, and you see there's a tiny little crystal. You also see, you sort of lost track of it a long time ago, but you see in here that it sort of like fell and rolled away. You see that Edgar is looking for something. So there's a little crystal on your dad's desk, and then Edgar is sort of scrounging around for something as well.
Cool. I'll leave the crystal for now. Let's see what Edgar's looking at.
Edgar finds a little necromancer's pearl that is gray. And you realize that you haven't kept a track of your pearl. Your mom must have grabbed it for evidence a long time ago. This is Zayn Darkshadow's necromancer's pearl, and it is gray right now.
So that means he's not dead. Or Black is dead?
I believe Black is dead and White is alive.
Oh, so he's like maybe lost somewhere. Or interesting. Okay. Edgar, is this your dad? You think he might be alive? Maybe? All right. I'll check out this crystal.
Thank you so much.
Can I
Julia.
cast Locate Person on Zayn Darkshadow? I feel really bad that we never found him.
You guys head over to Cravencroft Cemetery. After the celebration, your parents are all there. You see the little gray thing. Edgar pops out of your thing, rushes over to a grave. You see on a hilltop in the night, suddenly a flash, and you see a velocipede, a penny farthing bicycle, huge bicycle.
Oh,
And you
exhausting.
suddenly hear, and it crashes, and you hear, oh no. Oh, not again. My anus this time. You see Sylvester the Undertaker has crashed on his
Why
bike.
have we come here?
You see Edgar runs off to the grave. You see the little gray pearl in your hand, and you hear sobbing, and you see a ghostly Zayn Darkshadow at his grave, translucent, weeping.
Zayn.
Hey, Zayn.
I'm so happy.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, wait, why?
You're just like a
How did it
freaking,
be
you're like a
a
ghost,
ghost?
man. You're the ultimate goth.
Zayn stands up. You see that he takes his ghostly little patch off and he takes his little fishnets off because he doesn't need them anymore. He's a fucking ghost. And you see there's actually a quite beautiful, reedy, elven wizard here. You see he wipes his eyes and he goes, I'm so sorry about the book. Coach was paying for my apartment and my parents suck. I didn't have any family.
Mine too. My parents really suck.
They do?
Mm-hmm. They just went back to Falinel, I think. They didn't even tell me.
My parents were elven assholes too.
What is up with that?
I don't know. It's like a weird cultural thing. I don't
You guys
get
have
it.
so much in common. I'm just gonna walk this way,
I don't need a ghost boyfriend.
Are you sure?
I mean, you were really pushing to come find him, and now he did, and I just want to give you your
Are you
moment.
okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Coach is bad. He was a stooge. But you guys, it sounds like you guys solved everything.
Pretty much.
I see. He says, I don't mean this in a shitty way, but if you ever did want to just come and, I don't have my spell books here at the cemetery. If you ever wanted to just hang out and do magic together, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Cool. It would be cool that.
Sounds like a date to me.
I'm gonna go.
I cast rage sickness
You see, Zayn goes like, whatever. It's whatever. Don't even. They're just busting your chops. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna go.
He's like, cool. I'll see you guys later. You guys leave from Cravencroft. So you guys, Mordred Manor starts to come together. You see a lot of the ghosts, when they get wind of what the Thistle Springs are doing, just agree to be cool and hang out. And actually, Adam, from up in your window, you see, it's hard to see him in broad daylight, but you see Zayn Darkshadow with his little ghostly Edgar on it, this little ghostly goth wizard elf with a little ghost box, a translucent ghost box, moving into the smaller graveyard back over here. Jawbone's been taking care of Zayn. He waves up to you. Hey, Adam!
Hey, Zayn.
Could have called it. Nice tower.
Thanks. Isn't it cool?
It's awesome here.
Want to see?
Yeah. He goes, and you see, well, he puts his stuff in there. His eyes glow for a second, and he says, Eternal shall I stalk the manor of Mordred. Boom, there's a little blast of energy, and he becomes anchored to this house. And he goes, sick! And then floats up, and he says, oh, it's awesome in here. Do I have the oracle's bidding to tread upon her sanctum sanctorum?
You may absolutely tread upon my sanctum sanctorum.
Are you guys gonna do it?
No!
Why are you in here?
You see Zayn says, this is tight, this is cool. I really like it here. Zayn has become so much more friendly and bubbly since he became undead.
Oh yeah, because it's like, he wanted to be goth, now that he's dead, he doesn't have to try so hard.
He's not a try-hard about it anymore.
Yeah.
So this is tight as hell. You could really, it's like great for studying, but you got like a beat on the neighborhood.
The view is great.
You see he looks up at like a sort of fallen, like where the roof is collapsed a little bit. He looks up and says, honestly, I wouldn't even cast Mending on that, because that could be a nice astronomy place, get like a telescope in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to cast Mending on it. But,
Yeah, for sure. Hey, honestly, your sanctum.
But yeah,
I hear you.
I just rain.
Yeah, for sure. I get it. But
Living
honestly, like a
being.
little bit of rain, like if the rain came through and was like sad, and you could like cross your arms and sit in it
Right.
and just be like,
Yeah, I get it, but I feel like that's like more your aesthetic.
I'm gonna do that in the graveyard.
Great.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Cool. You see,
Gorgug just comes in with the couch.
Why are you in here?
I thought
How did you get that up the stairs?
It took a while.
Yeah,
It was
on your
pretty
own?
bad. Yeah, I mean.
Do you want to help? I can help
behind
you.
Gorgug with just one book. I think it belongs there. All right, I'm gonna go get more stuff.
So you're saying not in here?
Lydia puts a big bowl of like Fritos in anticipation of the chili coming out. And you see Rog walks into this room with his dining table to see a kind of little corner is being monopolized by some spell books with Aelwyn Abernant and Zayn Darkshadow both there. You see Rog walks up and he's like, what up, what up, what up? The two of them, Aelwyn goes like, oh, Rog, darling, it's so lovely to see. And Zayn as well is like, hey, Rog, how's it going, man? And you see they do this weird little like handshake for a second where they sort of like hit forearms. Zayn has to kind of, he's incorporeal, but you see the three of them go RVS and do this little mimed thing. And you see,
What is RVS? I don't remember. Remind me the ball.
I don't. This seems like
Is this like a
really
new
cool stuff that I don't. This is not my area.
I don't know what it means either.
I think we just need to follow Rog's lead tonight
Okay,
on
cool.
whatever, because just do whatever Rog does. So
Yeah, that-
Do you guys- are you
Gorgag
guys
is gonna
trying
to elbow in?
yeah,
Oh,
try-
Yes. Sorry. I
Rog
nailed
turns
you.
around.
Sorry.
Rog turns around to all of you, who I don't think are being that quiet about not knowing what this is, and he goes, no, dudes, it's totally chill. It's not like a huge secret. RVS is Reformed Villain Squad, so it's just a little. The three of us just kind of like.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
Yes.
it's like. Yeah, it's not meant to be like exclusionary. It's just like something it's like a joke we thought was kind of funny.
Adine, you get up to your room. Zayn sort of wishes you a happy night and says, Aylwin moved out over the summer,
Oh,
but she left something for you up there.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Weird that she didn't tell me. Whatever, she's weird. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy death day.
You see, it gives you a sort of, it floats through you. It says, I'm glad you're back.
Refreshing, it's refreshing.
You walk up into the, you see the bunk bed that you shared with Aylwin for like.
Let me know when you guys get there, because I'm in the lounge.
How did you leave after us and you're already in the lounge?
I just literally breezed through security.
You see also that Gorthalax shows up. He's coming on the trip as well. Hey, sweetie, how's it going? Big old family trip.
Everyone is coming.
Thanks to your mom. It's really sweet. It's a nice
Yeah, I
offer.
guess so. Yeah.
You see that he's holding a huge chunk of earth with a tombstone sticking out of it, and you see that Zayn pops out, and he's like, "Hey, Gorthalax is bringing my grave, so I can come."
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That's so punk rock.
Thank you. I was like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll watch the house." You see Jawbone and Sandra Lynn are on a FaceTime. I don't want to see that. And so you guys make plans to go check out Tracker's church, but I think a lot of your folks and parents probably want to stay in Kylo Manura, but Aylwin and Rog are both down to go, and Zayn also says he's down to go if someone can just carry his grave.
Great. Does somebody who wants to
Do you
volunteer?
want to?
Actually, I was wondering if you.
I was curious.
The
if
ball.
You
Do you want to?
too small.
Okay.
Sandra Lynn straps Zayn's grave to the top of Baxter's saddle.
Oh,
So
okay.
now there's just a griffin with a gravestone and a big plot of earth on his back.
Dude, do you know about curses?
Yeah, I know a ton about curses.
How does everybody... Was there a class
Well,
that
I was
missed?
I was literally a necromancer. I am a
God,
necromancer.
I'm so stupid.
you see-
Why am I asking the people who would know about these things?
Zayn looks at Aylwin and says, we worked on some curses together, yeah.
Like what kind?
Aylwin says, well, there was a lot. I mean, obviously, there was putting the curse on the cerulean, on the harpy, right?
Right.
Zayn looks over and says, what was that one you needed? You needed something about that. And you see Aylwin says like, oh, yes, actually, that had a little bit to do with Kalina.
What was that?
Kalina needed a curse in order to work with some people. This was end of freshman year going into that summer, I think, sometime. Had to do, I think, with some contact she had at the Hotel Cavalier.
With the book.
Zayn's like, yeah, she what was it? Spy's tongue.
Can I do a perception roll for this that they're talking about?
What is spy's tongue?
Aylwin says, right, it was for some conspirators of hers. Spy's tongue is you see Zayn goes like, yeah, spy's tongue is basically like a curse that prevents you from naming co-conspirators. Like literally you take it and there are certain circumstances where you literally cannot say people's names. You can't refer to them.
So if someone paired themselves with a god, and then they would prevent them from saying their own name.
What happens to them when they try?
Yeah.
Aylwin says, to my knowledge, it's actually impossible. You cannot say the name.
Can you write it?
Cannot write it either.
Maybe it's not a god. Maybe it's some kind of co-conspirator. So weird.
Zayn's like, I remember you needed some modifications on it because Kalina needed it to work on humanoids. Like she needed it to work on. You see that Elman said, like, I always assumed she needed it to work on herself because if she was going to, it's a double-sided curse. You need to be able, both people agreed to it. Essentially, it only works.
Oh, it's like a handshake curse.
Exactly. It's like in conspiracy with each other. You take this curse to protect each other's names. So, what, if anything else, do you all do in this room? You go to investigate.
We gotta
Check
talk
the
to Edgar.
wardrobe to see what's up with Edgar.
Cool.
And we're looking for the golden glow in here.
Oh, Edgar's an animal, right?
Yeah.
I put on my mask.
Great.
Put on your mask.
Oh, that's such a good gift.
And you're gonna cast Animal Friendship?
Yeah.
Okay.
got a worm.
Go ahead and give me persuasion.
Okay.
Give me persuasion.
Okay, that becomes a dirty 20.
Woo! So, guarding the door, you put on an orangutan mask, and a little spectral rat floats over to you, a little flying ghost rat who comes over to your hand looking for a snack. The rest of you go to look for that source of light. Comes back to you, and Edgar is sort of like ghostily, like hanging out in like a pocket of figs. You see, it looks like Edgar has a hard time because he likes to nestle in pockets, but he's incorporeal, so pockets don't expand when he goes into them.
A minor illusion of ethereal pocket for him to nestle in.
You guys can see a sort of vaguely translucent pocket and a little snoozing rat ghost.
Can we ask him anything? Are you able to like communicate with him?
I think that he's just my friend.
You guys just try to find another room with the gold thing.
I know that I can't communicate, but can I kind of gesture to the glowing thing, to the to Edgar,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
be
yeah.
like,
Like,
we're
where-
looking for more of this.
You can take us there? Good boy, Edgar.
Hell yeah, Edgar's gonna take you to a room.
Wearing an orangutan mask.
Wearing an
Quite
orangutan
get
mask.
it. Not quite get
Go
it,
ahead
but-
and give me your...
I got a 6.
I got a 14.
18.
Zach, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Absolutely.
I just remembered we've been rolling all those d8s. I wonder what they mean.
4.
Go ahead and roll it again for me.
Stop. 1.
Okay, great. You are both going up the stairs. As you are traveling up the stairs, one of the steps loudly creaks behind you, and you hear the rattling of chains. Leaping from the rafters directly in front of you, you see Zara Sewell, Fig's warlock teacher.
What?
Leaps in front of you, and flying from behind you, none other than Zayn Darkshadow.
What the fuck? Okay, he's rad.
He comes screaming, and he is first in initiative. He is going to cast a spell.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
I'm going to need all 3 of you to make Constitution saving throws.
You're not gonna say what the spell is?
You can make an Arcana check to see what it is before it gets cast. DC is 16.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
13.
Con save? Oh.
Counter spell.
Yeah, I think I gotta try to counter spell because I don't have saves.
Okay, go ahead and give me a counter spell here.
Okay, the counter spell would only be a 13, so it's not gonna get it.
Okay, what were our Constitution saves?
18.
25.
Okay, each of you takes 39 halved to 19 points of necrotic damage as Zayn screams as this ghostly energy rockets out through the space. Gorgug, that is going to be your turn.
5
What's your
feet?
AC?
23.
He misses both times.
What's up?
Bam, bam. We go back to the top of the order. That's going to be Zayn. Zayn, looking around, seeing that counter spells are whizzing out around the room from somewhere, just goes, and pulls at the corner of his eyes and mouth, stretching the skin of his undead spectral face out in all directions. Just Gorgug and Fig, give me wisdom saving throws.
Even while I'm in this state.
Even while you're in this state.
Even,
Oh.
that's a 3.
Say 19.
We're done.
You succeed. You are not frightened.
I'm frightened and charmed.
You are frightened and charmed. You love Zara. You are scared of Zayn.
You bad! You good!
Gorgug, that is your turn.
So, like,
You actually, honestly, all of the bad guys here can't see Fig. And so there's a moment where Zara is like, goes to you and says, Master, I have enthralled the barbarian. He is under my command. And you see Zayn says, what sort of next steps from here?
Make him do a little dance.
Do a little dance! Ah! You see Zara says, yes, dance, my barbarian.
Dance for us.
Fig, stop eating the yogurt.
Kind of hot, actually, if you think about it. Zayn is going to cast Cloud Kill.
Lame.
He is going to cast Cloud Kill right over this squad of 3. So Kristen, Rog, and Fabian. Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do you still have Circle of Power?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Advantage.
Do it with advantage.
Nice.
Do it with advantage. Do it with advantage. Do it with advantage. Do it with advantage. 20.
10.
26 poison damage to Kristen, 13 to Fabian. Rog is gonna make his. Rog is only gonna take 13 points of that damage as well. I'm gonna need a DC 13 concentration saving throw twice for each effect.
What are the 2 effects?
Circle of Power, and then did you have
Banishment?
Oh, banishment's gone. Oh yeah, just the one.
Circle of Power. Not one.
Circle of Power. What's that? You can use the luck point. Yeah, go for it.
I feel like this will help us. That's another nat 1.
Oh my god.
Circle of Power is gone. Zayn sends poisonous energy rocketing over to your side of the battlefield.
Buck wild.
Kristen, stop dancing.
Just in poisonous gas.
Just waft
I don't
it.
like the way it smells.
It's like skunk.
And then Zayn is going to incorporeally fly through one of the walls. Gorgug, that's going to be you. Opponent.
Can I see where Zayn went? Because I have ethereal.
You
sight
and you
on.
have and you didn't change out of it.
I can't change out of it.
So actually, Zayn thinks he's being slick and is getting ready to pop out again on his turn and fucking kill everyone with a big AOE. You can see him perfectly with your ethereal sight.
Great. Zayn's right there.
Incredible. And actually, it's Kristen and Adine back to back. You guys share this. You're basically sharing
Go for
a turn.
it.
Do I want to use my last 5th level spell on him? I
I
don't.
think he's the only enemy combatant left.
Right. I think.
We can wait for Fig to get back with Edgar.
You know what? Actually, I will use Steel Wind Strike against him.
Hell yes. Go ahead and roll.
He's used his reaction. I will bonus action True Strike against him, so I roll with advantage.
Chop, chop.
Put on your friend.
And
On your friend.
I'm sure I hit him because that's a 18 plus 9, 29.
That is a
27.
definite hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
So that's a 20. Oh my god, 40,
46.
46 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Adine, describe as you one-shot the totally undamaged Zayn Darkshadow.
The sort of sight glows in my hand and my eyes begin to glow the same color as I blink out of existence and then blink back into existence with the sword in his heart.
You appear in the world of wraiths for a moment and back in the material world, and all of you hear as Zayn vanishes and is no more.
Sorry, Zayn. I know it wasn't the real you. Or at least I hope it wasn't.
And it says, Elmville, protected by the new Council of Chosen, appointed by the new arbiters of the Council of Chosen. Everyone remember to say thanks to the greatest heroes of Solace and of Spire, the Wrong Kids.
That doesn't seem correct.
Are there pictures of these wrong kids?
The Wrong Kids. Much older now. It looks like this is about like that the Wrong Kids you see might be in their like late 20s or early 30s. You see with an eye patch on top of a hellish motorcycle, Rog Barkrock. With a denim jacket partially transforming into a lycanthrope, Aelwyn Abernant. High Priestess of Helio, Tracker O'Shaughnessy. With one mechanical arm and a massive axe, Zelda Donovan, a streak of white in her hair. a ghostly rogue that seems to have no spell book, Zayn Darkshadow.
Oh my gosh.
And with a mohawk of fire screaming in rage, Ida Eggfort. Okay, Rosamund, you are up.
Yes, who have we got left?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 20.
A dirty 20?
No, a natural 20.
Nat 20! On a nat 20, in this moment of triumph, as Fig has reached across timelines to break the silver bracers on Tracker's forearms, you're looking at Tracker, who's on your side. And there's, of course, Zelda, who is confused but is drawing the heavy metal axe. But on a nat 20, Rosamund, all-seeing Sleeping Beauty, sees Zayn Darkshadow right here. He is you are catching him a moment before he comes out of the ethereal to kill Fig Faeth.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt and hit him so hard with radiant damage of 4, 7, 12, and a d8. 26 points of radiant damage.
You see, Zayn goes, oh, this is so fucked up. I was about to get a cool move off. And you see, Zayn looks up and says, who are you to be able to see into the twisted, dark nightmare, vine thornscape of my twisted agony darkness?
I say, you have taken on the twisted, dark Adam, whatever you said. I was born into it.
That's 57 damage.
So, right over Fig's shoulder, Fig, you can see this like ghostly necromantic, like curved blade. And Zayn looks up as Ricky strides over and goes, not another jock, man.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
Pooh! His spectral head flies off it. Returning once more to Mordred Manor Cemetery, Zayn Darkshadow is ejected from this building. As this happens, I'm going to need every